Hello, welcome back to Animal Auto Corner. Today, I brought you my arts crafts corner on Saturday, even though I usually do it on Friday, but Friday I gave such late notice. So it was like 3 hours, and of course it wasn't time enough, but however, I rescheduled too, even though I did it yesterday, to today. So I did it, and now I am in my kitchen. And of course, you got your aid from the MJR Aftermath Foundation and the SPTV Foundation. You got the clothes on your back, even though you left Scientology with only that clothing on your back. You got your roof over your head now. You're going to survive. You got your transportation, which is your Hot Wheels. And you got your job. Or they're going to help you find a job. Or you got your job already. But guess what? You're eventually going to have to eat and budget your time. Of course, my family is always with me when I'm shopping, so I can't really take control over my receipt. So, and I don't have a camera guy. I don't have the equipment to actually go in and actually go into the supermarkets and buy it. Oh, jeez. I forgot to shut up my phone. But anyways, I am going to make vegan sausage pasta. But however, here's the thing. If you're not a vegan, guess what? Take all your leftover Thanksgiving. Well, yeah, you get the idea. Thanksgiving meal. Put it into this. A turkey. But I don't eat turkey. I don't have turkey in my kitchen. I'm a vegetarian, trying to be a vegan. But you can add it to this, your leftovers. So let's get started. Sorry about that. I am back. So just take all your Thanksgiving turkey or whatever and throw it in. You don't necessarily need you don't necessarily need your sausage. Use your Thanksgiving leftovers to put it into that. Yeah, that's the phrase I should have used. So let's get started. I got my water boiling right now. Now, where's my onion? Okay. Now, oh boy. All right, I grabbed my spoons really fast. All right. Now, my pot. Hold on. All righty. All right. I'm going to use convenience and put it right here. I won't touch the sides though, but I was supposed to have it on this, but but I want it a little close to me, so I have it here. Okay, now we got this pot, a smaller version than this. So let's get started. Okay, we're gonna need our olive oil. Okay, and it's 1 tablespoon. All right. And, okay, now I'm going to take 1 tablespoon. Let's turn this on first. We're going to put it on medium heat. So here we go. Hold on, I'll just, yeah, I'm trying to speed things up a little bit, but okay. All right. Yeah, it's perfect. Somewhat. It's close to high, but it's somewhere towards the end. So, but yeah, have it on medium heat. The reason why I just turn it up a little bit because I don't want to be boring or make you lose your patience with me. So I have it on just a tad high. So, all right, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Okay. Put this away. And we're going to try and use our food processor. Hopefully I'll use it. All right. Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, mushrooms. All right, so let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna chop up our onions. Let me pull this aside for a sec. Okay, yeah, I'll be careful, so don't worry, everybody. So, all right. Now, while I'm taking this off, yeah, everybody's talking about this stock exchange. The Ortega and Chris Sheldon, Tony Ortega and Chris Sheldon was just talking about it. And of course, the Dream Exchange is actually a Scientology run project. And of course, you know that Scientology applied for an application to get it on to the stock exchange. But guess what? Their license was not given to them. Of course, I know I mentioned it before. And of course, there was this African American group. And of course, Aaron had one of them on his show. Oh, I think his name starts with an F. Anyways. Yeah, and that group, which is mainly African. I guess it was mainly African American, although they might have some who are different. So, or some of them might have been Asian, some of them might have been Caucasian. And now this really looks like a red onion, even though it's a shallot. I love using them because I want it to be quick and easy. So let's just cut it up real fast. I'm not going to really chop it up because I don't want to cry any tears. But if you want to chop it up, that's fine. But slice up your onions. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. We sliced it and now it's ready to go. Slice up your onions. Alrighty. Now we're going to stick this in here for now. Okay. Now we're going to chop up our tomatoes. Use a can of tomatoes, but if you don't have it, the tomatoes will do you fine. I think 4 of them might be 1 can. But you know what? I'm going to chop it all up. So here we go. Oh, boy. All right. And let the juice, don't drain the juice. Just let it, just let the juices in there. So, of course, yeah, I wanted to actually chop it up. So I'm doing it wrong. So, okay. All right, there we go. We'll get that chopped up. Because I got new tomatoes anyway, so I want to use these. So, okay. Now I'm going to put the onions in as soon as it comes up again. All right, here we go. I was also going to put these in a food processor to chop it up, but I can't get it into that plug for some odd reason. Yeah, let's see if I can do it again. All right. I see another angle. Maybe it'll work. All right. No, can't do it. Okay. So we're going to totally chop it up. We're going to add our onions in. Yeah. And of course, we're going to saute this. Okay. With our all right. Caramelize this. All right, there we go. All right. So now, set this aside for a second. Okay, because you don't want to burn it up. So we're going to actually dice this up. Anyways, where was I? Yeah. And then the company that had the African Americans, I'm sorry, I forgot one of their names. They noticed something that was totally off when one cried on cue when there was something wrong and the other one lacked people skills. So they thought it was too unusual, so they started asking questions and started doing their own checking, and it turns out it was Scientology. And yeah, and Scientology uses companies like that to funnel money. So yeah, it is what it is. So, and of course, I mentioned it before, but everybody is talking about it. And they apply for an application to have it on a stock exchange. And this is so they can extort money. And they found out that they were from the Church of Scientology. So they just pulled it away from them and said, no, sorry, you're not eligible. And they pulled it from them. And did they have an opinion about it? Probably. So, okay. Alrighty. And that was the latest. So they actually applied to be on Wall Street. They had their application. They literally signed it, handed it in, and they found out it was the Church of Scientology or whatever it is they call it. And they said, no way. So I am, another blow to them. Who cares? But yeah, even though they won some of the time, but they actually still don't have to suffer any consequences. So they pull con jobs all the time. Okay. So we're going to dice this. We're not going to crush this. And I tried to use the food processor, but no such luck. But if it was a little lighter, yeah, I'd be using it. But since since I can't really, oh boy, since I can't really, oh boy, what was I going to say? Since I couldn't, there goes my train of thought. All right, since I couldn't plug it in, I think it was my food part. Well, whatever. Let's just go on to the next subject. And let's see. Yeah, that was it. They said no way. And of course, you all know Aaron was sitting in jail during Thanksgiving. So it was unbelievable how the justice system fails some people, but managed to look after others. And the justice system is weird. Either justice is served or not, or the wrong people go on trial. And yeah, it's awful. And they had no cause to charge Aaron other than he was protesting. I think that was really what it's all about. It wasn't about the cornstarch that they claimed that he assaulted with, and then charged him with first-degree assault. And according to Farrell Sherrill, Scientologists still had the mask on him. He said he was trying to breathe. But if you're trying to breathe, why do you even have the mask on in the first place? If it was me, she's right, I would have pulled my mask off. Yeah. That guy just didn't even want to get noticed. And guess what? Coronavirus is tamed, and we're getting our shots. But yeah, we don't know why he's wearing it. And David Miscavige made everybody get their shots. So I don't know why it's necessary for him to wear that mask. So probably because he wants to hide. So, okay. All right. Now, all right. Okay. Now I'm working on my next story about Scientology's economy. So, yeah, as soon as I actually, oh my gosh, there goes my train of thought again. I can't believe it. So, why do I lose one train of thought after another? Alrighty, let me think here. Oh yeah, I know where I was at. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it was unfair. Justice, yeah. A man is falsely being prosecuted and he's now sitting in jail. It is unbelievable. All righty. Okay. All right. Now, let me know. Well, I could say the comments down below, but I can't even find it. So write me. Let me know how your Thanksgiving meal, well, one of them is in this recipe, and tell me how it turned out. My email address is at the comments down below. Okay. Now, okay. All right. Now, let's see here. Now, you know what? I'm saying, you know what? Keep on sending email to Clearwater Police stating to drop the case against Aaron and to leave the protesters alone, or at least talk to the Scientologists and come up with some kind of charges if you see something. If you don't, then you're corrupt. So tell them that. Tell them to leave the protesters alone if there's no just to arrest any of them. Because as you recall, Erica got ran over by a car driven by an old man, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and he was a Scientologist. After he hit her 3 times, he took off. And he got charged with 2nd-degree assault. Well, Aaron, who was held in a bag of cornstarch, got 1st-degree. Now, that didn't sound right. That should have been 2nd-degree, and his should have been the 1st-degree for the old man that was driving the car who's a Scientologist. So, no, sometimes justice is not fair. So keep on calling the Clearwater police and tell them to let the protesters protest. It's legal. And tell them if they're going to come out there to listen to both sides of the story, then if it looks guilty for Scientology, arrest them, not the other way around. Keep on watching them and see the flaw, what is in there. And there are other people coming on to the sites, YouTube, claiming that he started the whole thing, which he didn't. It was Scientology dumping out tons of water, so ignore those people, even though they do have the right to talk. That's their prerogative. It's in the Constitution. Okay. All right. Now, all right, we got this done. Now we're going to finish sauteing. You know what? I'm going to dump it in here. All right. Okay. Now keep plugging up those lines. Keep sending those emails over around those lines until they do their job right. Or the judge drops the case against Aaron. So don't call the judge. Call either the prosecutor to call off these ridiculous charges. But it might not happen because he's too pig-headed like Scientology. And okay. Now we're going to put in our minced garlic. Now, yeah, even though I wanted to rush, my onions. Only I can mention it. So, we're going to put in 3 teaspoons of garlic. Of course, if you want to put more, go right ahead. Went 34 minutes in. Isn't that cool? Okay. 2. And then here's 3. Alrighty. Now, guess what? It's time to put the pasta in here. Of course, they said, the picture had rigatoni, but I readjusted I changed up the amount that I'm going to put in. Ooh, boy. All right, there we go. Ooh, salt. Now, if you're boiling a pasta, put in a little bit of salt so it won't so it won't clunk together. All right. Oh, it's an arrow hoop. All right, so all right, there we go. We're sauteing this, and now we're gonna stick in. Let's see. Oh, we're also gonna put in my sausages or your Thanksgiving leftovers in. You go ahead and chop up your leftovers, stick it in. All right, let's see. Okay, and put 4 or 5 sausages. So maybe I'll put in the 5th. So okay. All righty, there we go. Now throw this away. Okay. We're gonna chop it up. Chop up your leftovers. Okay. Chop these up. Now this is a substitute, replacing the real sausage, because that's been slaughtered with the animals, from the animals, and they suffered a lot while they were being processed. So chop these up, and it's better for you. So, and they did a study, people who were actually not biased, but open-minded, did a study, and they said vegetarians live longer. Okay. So far, I'm not diabetic, but I did cut back on sweets, even though I got carried away yesterday. Let's see. Oh my gosh. And I told you the story earlier. I shut off my phone, but I still hear tunes going off. So, all right. Now, maybe I will put the last sausage in. So let me grab it. One more sausage. All righty. Here we go. So while you're chopping that up, chopping up your leftover Thanksgiving, whatever, your Thanksgiving meal. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to grab a colander while I'm waiting. Here we go. All right. So we're going to cut this open and get that 5th one. Okay, grab up the 5th one. All right. Okay, let's see here. All right, I'll wrap it in this because we don't want to waste. And since it's ripped open by me, I am going to put it in so it won't be a total waste. So, okay. So if you have something like this, wrap it up in this, put it in the refrigerator. Because you do not want to be wasting anything. So we're going to cut the 5th one. And yeah, cut up your leftovers. Yeah, I'm not the one to actually cram anything down anybody's throat. That is just me, but at the same time, I'm hesitant in mentioning to use animal products in your food because animals suffered a lot, but I can't shove it down somebody's throat. So, yeah, you're going to have to do what's comfortable to you. But, okay. Tomatoes. I got the whole tomatoes in there. Oh, yes, vegan broth. So, we're going to put this in. All the tomatoes. I was going to saute the. Okay, I'm going to have the 4 cups of water. Oh, yeah, the broth is there. I was just looking for the broth relentlessly. Oh, this. Okay. All right, let's see here. Here we go. I'll just put it out. Okay. Now, okay, we're going to stir this around while that is actually cooking up. It asks for crushed tomatoes, but guess what? If you got fresh ones, I can't see why not you can use it. So, and this one, all of these I had to get rid of because I have new tomatoes. Okay, so now we're going to take our mushrooms and cut it up. Ready? Let me wash these. Be right back. Okay. All right. Now, sorry about the dead silence as I was cutting that. All right, so it's turning out really good. All right. So now we're going to cut up the mushrooms, cut up the dead end. All right. Okay. Now, it looks like I'm going to have to get a trash compactor. I asked for it for Christmas, but sister-in-law thinks it's expensive, so okay. Maybe I'll buy it myself. I don't know. It's pricey, but I would say if you got it, that's great. But if not, then find some way to use whatever. But if it's dirty, I guess you can throw it away. But you know what? I'm going to use this anyways, even though, yeah, I'm going to have to practice what I preach. So if you make a mistake on one recipe, turn it into something else because guess what? Our environment depends on it. So once you once you mess up, once you use it, you're not going to be sorry because my mother did it all through when I was growing up. She never wasted a single thing. She did that. So if one thing didn't work, turn it into something else. If it's burned, of course, yeah, it's a lost cause. Then you can toss it. Okay. All right. Okie doke. So let's see here. So we're going to use the stems too. So we're not going to just cut it out and throw it away. So, oh, this is cooking so awesome. I'm telling you. And I hope it's going good for you at the other end. So, okay, chop those up. Okay. All right. All right. Right. Okay. And okay. Let me think here. All right. Okay. Trying to think of what else to say. Now, of course, I mentioned all the other things before. There's nothing new, so. All right, so take out these three. Put this in the bowl. Okay. And I'm going to check on my pasta. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to chop up the rest of these. Now, let me think here. Oh, Laura was out protesting today. Did anything serious happen? No, it didn't. She actually was getting ready to film them when the camera accidentally went on off. That happened to me too. I was actually sitting with you guys, and that was last week. And let me see here. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, she had it on, started filming, and guess what? Their winter wonderland's coming back. I thought of another. Well, what do you know? They have these every year, and that's how they recruit as well. They want to have these recruitments like that. It's not for the kids to have a good time, because guess what? The Scientology kids are not there. So why have it when your kids are not there? So don't kid yourself and think you're doing it to entertain people. No, you're doing it for recruitment, honeys. So, I mean, if it's so great, why isn't well, of course, he's hanging out at his wonderful mansion with his indigent service, but why isn't Jim Elfman out there? Why isn't Marison Nichols out there? Why isn't Mr. Cunha, Michael Cunha out there? Why aren't the Mastersons there with their kids? Or, yeah, no. You're just doing it for recruitment. So, alrighty, so we're going to pop in our sauce. Well, we're going to pop in our mushrooms first. I think this is going to be full. All right. Now this is Gotta form into something. It's gonna work out pretty good, I know it. So, all right, there we go. It's turning out right. Okay, now let me see the pasta. My opinion, it just needs a little bit more cooking. So here we go. Now, stir this up. All right. And let me see here. Let me get a spoon to stir the pasta. All right, we're gonna stir the pasta. All right. Oh boy. I'm not noticing, but I think I'm gonna probably get a second of reverb. I don't know, but I feel a little heat. Maybe it'll go away. So, okay, we're gonna stir this up. Keep stirring, and it's actually turning into a juicy. Now I should get something to overlook this whole entire thing. So, all right. Now it looks like we can put the sausage in, since it's really cooked. So we're gonna mix this up. All right, we're gonna put the lid on. We're gonna let it cook. So now, what else is there to do? Okay, we're gonna grab 1/4 cup of vegetable broth. Now, for every one of the broth, you're gonna need a teaspoon of the broth. So, oh, you know what? Let me get 4 cups of water, and I'm gonna see how it works out. No, I think I'll probably get 3.5. Okay. All right. 3.5 cups of water. Let's see if I can do that. Now, we're going to put a teaspoon of, maybe a couple of teaspoons of broth in. Okay. Now we're going to mix it up. Let's see here. All right. Alrighty. Now, set this there. And got that. I'm going to put 1/4 of salt in this one while we're letting it cook. Okay. So 1/4. Let's see here. Where's the 1/4? 1/4. Okay, so we're going to add the 1/4 of salt. Okay, there we go. 1/4 salt. And we're going to find that pepper. No. Okay, pepper. Okay, here we go. Is there another one in here? No, okay. Oh, here's one. This is new, but I'm going to try and find a fast way to use this. So, okay. Here we go. Add the pepper in. That's 1/4. Okay. Now, if you are on a low sodium diet that the doctor put you on, don't use the salt. And if your broth has salt in it, don't use it, even if it's in the form of a powder. So there we go. I don't know why I bought this big thing, but I'm going to find ways to use this. So, okay, we're going to mix this up. We're going to mix it up until everything in there is hot. Let's see here. No, not ready yet. So I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. You got your leftover and it's in your pot right now. Or if you're going to put it in later, who knows. But use those leftovers. If you don't have leftovers and everybody ate it, more power to you. Put your sausage in. But it's a great idea to put your leftovers in. So get those Thanksgiving leftovers and stick it right in. Okay. All right. Okay, let's stir this up. Oh, and the paprika. Then you're going to need a teaspoon of paprika. Right, if I can find the teaspoon. Where is my teaspoon? Oh, here it is. Add the teaspoon in, paprika. There. But if you have red pepper, you can use that. So, and let's stir it up. Is it going to work out? I hope so. But I don't, well, of course. Why repeat it, huh? Okay. Now, this is the season to get fat, huh? So I hope I didn't gain any weight, of course. So I'm going to wait till Wednesday to actually weigh every Wednesday or Thursday, I weigh myself. But I'm going to get back on the horse. You should too. So, okay. But at the same time, as you get older, your body starts to change, including your weight. So depending on your age and your height, that's what you should weigh. All right. And of course, you know, Aaron's a big guy, so he's going to need more of it than a little guy like Davey or Tommy. So, okay, let me see here. Done. All right. Shut this off. All righty. I'm going to put this in the back after I get my pasta out. All right. Okay. Now, if you want to put it on top, by all means, go ahead. But if you want to dump this in there, I think it's not a bad idea. So, I don't want this to accidentally cook, so put it in here. Alrighty. So, what am I going to do? Should I dump it in here? I'll determine that later. But if you want to dump it into your pasta, go right ahead. If you want to put this on top of it, go right ahead. So, now let's stir up my sausage or stir up those leftover Thanksgiving dinner or leftovers, the Thanksgiving leftover. Okay, let me see here. Okay. I think it's ready for the broth. Let's just pour it in. Okay. Ah. Oh boy. I think this is probably good. So, oh my gosh. I don't know why I have this much, so let's just say, yeah. Oh, I can't believe I'm going to toss this away. Of course, we all know. Yeah, do it ahead of time. But let's see what happens. Maybe we're going to need it. We may never know. So let's just mix it up all together. So I probably think it's good, but guess what? You can use that. I don't want to dump it. I almost did. Thank God I didn't. But you can take that, pour it into another jar. Okay. Let me see here. Back there. All right, here we go. Oh, this has been, so we're going to use this to put in here to save it for another day. So not a bad idea, huh? Doesn't work out in one recipe, we'll put it in another. So I think this is probably enough. Put about about 2 1/3 cups in. Okay. But other than that, if your pot is big, see how big your pot is. But I would think you should use this. Use this size. Okay. That's what it has. That's where it came to. So I'm going to close this up. And then we're going to let it cook. So let's see how it's going to turn out. So now let's I'm going to get rid of this. Of course, I can do that later. You know what? Hold on. Let me blow my. All right. Now I have my sanitizer on because I don't want for you to wait for me to wash my hands, so it'll go away. All right. All right. It's really cooking. Now I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. See what happens. Now, let's see. Let me see. Let me think here. All right. All right. Now, I got another idea that I'm going to bounce off somebody. Why not plan a fundraiser? Let me get in touch with the SP Foundation. Now, as you know, okay, every former Scientologist has their story. And ones who aren't in has this because They either had a brother or a sister or a father or mother that's in there, but they got discontinued or disconnected, whatever. And they were affected by this. Of course, Pharaoh Cheryl, she had her story, which her mother said, no way. She's not going into Scientology, and I don't think she wants to either. Because, okay. Oh my gosh, if only you can smell this thing. So good. Okay. All right. All righty. Now, okay, we're going to let this cook. And see how it's going to turn out without burning, of course. It's really cooking. It's cooking up this storm. So, we're going to keep on letting it cook. So, and yeah, it was sad that then her father said that she got it. That was horrible. So guess what, everybody? When you see Pharaoh Cheryl, give her a big hug and give her your well wishes. So yeah, every single person has their own stories and has their life struggles. But Pharaoh Cheryl survived. What's her real last name? That's why she came up with Pharaoh Cheryl. Because guess what? I'm not giving my real last name out. And my name is not that popular, but if you hop on the internet, there's other people with my name, Nisa. But yeah, yesterday I would only find I found one my entire life, and I heard about another. But once I hopped on the internet and typed in my name, Nisa, there were other, ranging from 1,500 in the world, which is not many. But it's mostly in this country. So you want to look, they're going to run into other Nisas too. So, okay. Okay. Oh boy, is this exciting. Now, what should we do? Oh boy, I think I should just turn this down because it's really boiling. So here we go. So, yeah. So don't give your real name. If you use your first name, change your last name when you're in front of the screen or protesting. I did. I changed my name sooner because I thought, my name was too long and I wanted to sound better. But now that I got to where I am, I don't want people to know where I live. That's why I did it the first time. That's why I'm doing it now. Even though I'm getting fair game, I use a different name. So, and plus I don't really mention my name all the time to be a little bit more extra safe. So Nancy Drew, oh boy, I should hop back onto her channel. But I pressed subscribe for the rest of them. I don't know what happened. So I'll go back, press subscribe again. If you know you subscribed and it looks different, press it again. Because either it's AI or computer is suddenly getting old and it's starting to die on you, that's when it happens. Hit the subscribe button. Okay. And you'll be okay. I mean, I am trying to find other independent filming dealing with Scientology to see who else I can find to actually throw in their support, my support for them, since not everybody is on that directory. See what you can find dealing with Scientology on YouTube. Put everyone on the SPT or put all SP activists and see what comes up. Not only in this country, but other countries, and really give them your support. Press the subscribe. Now, let's see. Now, I know there was a guy named Hubcoat, but he agreed to unplug his channel, which I guess it was an agreement with a lawyer, with the lawyers, with his lawyer. I don't know. But just don't cave in right away. So find something, well, technically don't negotiate with the criminal business, but since they won't leave people alone, yeah, just make sure you don't go anywhere alone if that happens. So, and when you go out to protest, do not go alone. But now I'm starting to find people to put together a group, a huge group, not like a wimpy 5 or 10, but a large group. And we'll plan the safety thing when I find it. So, okay. And I wish I could use my camera phone, but but since I can't use my camera phone, I have to buy something that has a live on it. All right, it's working out so very good. Look at this, it's so good. Ouch. You know what? I can't pick it up. Okay, so all right, let me get. Doesn't that look so great? So I'm not going to put that in. Instead, I'm going to put it away and use it for another day. That's what we do. Yeah, we shouldn't just dump out things, because today they say scientists came up with surefire proof that all these foods are putting holes in the ozone layer. So if one thing doesn't work out, put it into another recipe. Make a new recipe. Because you got to do it now, because it's awful out there. So, okay. Now, okay. Guess what, everybody? Starting on December, I'm going to have an exciting December Christmas, with decorating a house to cooking your Christmas meals, to having your Christmas dinner. Now, it's going to be an exciting month. Now, You know what? I think all right. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting month. We'll be decorating the tree. We're going to see. Yeah. All right. Now, okay. Let me think. Now, I'll find somewhere to put a crew together, even if I have to write a letter of recommendation to a college student, even if I have to have a college student, not use a college student, have a college student volunteer their time in exchange. I'll give them a highly recommendation, letter of recommendation, because there's your future right there. So there's their future right there, anyways. So I'm going to try and do that. And what college am I going to go to? Not going to say. Maybe I'll go to my alma mater. So, okay. And yep, we're also going to have a Christmas dessert. I got good candy recipes coming up. So, and what else? Yeah, it's going to be an exciting month. We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. And it is so exciting. So, okay. Now, let me think here. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. This is just so great. Now, should I pour it in? Yes, I think we should to actually save a pan or save room in the refrigerator. So we're going to pour it right in. So let's see here. I'm thinking, you know what? Why not? So let's do it. So I think it's pretty much done. So, okay. Yeah, it's done. It's so hot I can't touch it. So let's pour it in. All right. It's really, really done. So let's see what it's going to look like off. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get a plate. I'm going to get a plate. All right. Now I'm going to put everything in there. Mushrooms. Let's see if I can find more in here. Well, I guess we can. Oh boy, look at that. Isn't that great? Now, I guess if you want to put it on top, it's great, but all the liquids can go in here and it's going to look more good. So, you want to put it on top, go right ahead. But I would actually put it in here. So, we have gone to the end of the show. So, like, and you can afford it, buy me a coffee. And those guys will put it directly to the PayPal because I know I did that. So, sorry about before. So, if it didn't happen, I am going to try again. So, buy me a coffee, hit the like, and go ahead, press that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow for brunch.